Let's set the scene. It's 3 in the morning. The site is down, your boss is calling, and you have absolutely no idea what's wrong. Sound familiar? What if I told you there's a skill that turns this complete nightmare into a 5-minute fix? Well, that skill is observability. And over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why mastering it is your fastest path to getting that next promotion. See, without observability, you're the villain, just scrambling around in the dark. But with it, the whole story changes. An alert fires. Your dashboard immediately points to the failing service. The logs show you the exact error, and a trace leads you right to the root cause. Boom. The site's back up in 5 minutes. You're not just a developer anymore, you're the hero. So how do you become that hero? It's not magic, I promise. It's a simple framework built on what we call the 3 pillars, and they're designed to answer the only 3 questions that matter during an outage. What is wrong? Where is it? And why is it happening? And the workflow is always the same. It's actually really straightforward. First, metrics tell you what is wrong. Then, traces tell you where the problem is. And finally, logs tell you why it happened. Just remember that. What, where, why. That's the whole sequence. Let's break each one down. Okay, first up, metrics. Think of these as your system's vital signs, like a heart monitor. They're just numerical measurements over time. CPU is suddenly at 95%, or maybe your error rates are spiking through the roof. They don't tell you the cause, but they're that first blaring alarm that something is definitely wrong. This is your what. Next, we have traces. Now, a trace is kind of like a GPS for a single request. As that request hops from your web server to an auth service to a database, the trace is following its every move. So if a request is suddenly slow, the trace shows you exactly which service is the bottleneck. This is your where. And that brings us to our final pillar, logs. Think of these as the detective's notes. They're the detailed, time-stamped records of exactly what happened. So when your trace points you to the broken service, the logs give you the ground truth. That null pointer exception or database connection failed message. This is the crucial why. So understanding the pillars is one thing, but actually implementing them is what gets you paid. And in the real world, that journey starts with the undisputed king of metrics, Prometheus. And I want you to let this sink in for a second. If you decide to learn just one observability tool, it has to be Prometheus. It is, without a doubt, the cornerstone of modern monitoring. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The Cloud Native Computing Foundation's latest survey shows that a staggering 89% of organizations are either using or evaluating Prometheus. It's one of the most critical projects in the entire cloud native ecosystem. Learning it isn't optional anymore. It's a career necessity. Now, the way Prometheus works is actually beautifully simple. First, your application exposes its metrics on a standard /metrics endpoint. Then, the Prometheus server actively reaches out and pulls, or scrapes, that data on a regular schedule. It stores it, and if a metric ever crosses a certain threshold, a tool called Alert Manager fires off a notification. It's just that straightforward. And here's a huge pro tip for you, especially if you're studying for certification. Prometheus uses a pull-based model. This isn't just a piece of trivia, it's a core architectural concept, and it's a super common question on exams like the CKA or KCNA. You gotta remember that. Now, Prometheus has a few main metric types. A counter only ever goes up, like the total number of requests your app has served. A gauge can go both up and down, like the current memory usage. And a histogram tracks the distribution of values, which is perfect for understanding things like request latencies. Okay, so Prometheus is collecting all this incredibly powerful data. But just looking at raw numbers on a screen isn't all that helpful, right? To turn all that data into actual, actionable insight, you need to visualize it. And for that, pretty much the entire industry turns to Grafana. And what's really cool is that Grafana is so much more than just a tool for making pretty charts. It's really the center of a whole observability platform. You've got Grafana for the dashboards, of course, but then there's Loki for logs, Tempo for traces, and Mir for long-term metric storage. It really does cover all 3 pillars. Now, when you're building these dashboards, please don't just throw random charts on a screen. Use proven methodologies. For your services, use the RED method. Track the rate of requests, the number of errors, and the duration of those requests. For your resources, like a CPU, use the use method. Track its utilization, saturation, and errors. These frameworks give you instant clarity when you're under pressure. All right, we've talked about the pillars and we've talked about some amazing tools. but you should know that the entire industry is now moving towards a single, unified standard to make all of this way easier. And that future is called OpenTelemetry. You see, for years, we had all these separate, really powerful tools. You had CNCF graduated projects like Fluent for logs and Jaeger for traces, and they were great. But having to instrument your code for each of them separately was a total pain. Well, OpenTelemetry, or OTel for short, fixes this whole mess. It's a single vendor-neutral standard for generating and collecting all three pillars: metrics, logs, and traces. You just instrument your app with one SDK, and you can send that data to any backend tool you want. This is an absolute game changer for developers. And here's another critical tip for you. OpenTelemetry is the fastest growing incubating project in the entire CNCF. Its whole purpose is to unify the three pillars into one standard. This is the direction the entire industry is moving, so you absolutely need to know this. Okay, so being able to debug outages faster makes you an engineering hero, for sure. But what gets you promoted is becoming a business hero. And your observability data directly impacts the company's bottom line through a practice called FinOps, which is all about managing cloud costs. This number right here should really get your attention. By using your observability data to understand what your applications actually need, you can right-size your cloud infrastructure. And the potential savings? A massive 30 to 50%. This is the kind of stuff that gets you noticed by leadership. Here's a simple rule of thumb for you. Go look at your CPU and memory utilization metrics in Grafana, like right now. If they are consistently under 50%, you are paying for resources you are not using. You are, quite literally, wasting money. Fixing that makes a direct, measurable impact on the business. All right, let's bring this all together. We've covered the why, the what, and the how of observability. Let's just quickly recap the key takeaways so you can start your journey to becoming that observability hero. So, to debug like a senior engineer, you always start with metrics to know what is wrong. Then you use traces to find out where the problem is. And finally, you dig into the logs to understand exactly why it happened. The path forward is clear. Master Prometheus, get great at visualizing with Grafana, and get ready for the future with OpenTelemetry. Look, this isn't just about fixing bugs. It's about understanding complex systems, saving your company a ton of money, and building a reputation as the person who can solve the absolute hardest problems. The skills are in demand, the tools are open source, and the path is right here in front of you. So my question is, are you ready to become an observability hero?